last left our heroes, you are all coming in to a mission regarding missing sheep.
Mm-hmm.
Your...
The sheeple are missing.
Yes, the sheeple are missing. Your Thrycreen driver has, without any regard to safety measures and, needs seatbelts, has very swiftly managed to get you to the far corner of the city, to where the outskirts of farmland lay, and you rolled up to see a gnomish man standing outside of this little... Let me see if I can get the... Nope, I'm just gonna ignore it. Outside of the little house, as you see from my very quickly sketched map before you. And I'm going to post him in now. He is a very short gnome. Large nose, some nice golden blonde receding hair, big bushy mustache, and he's very, very concernedly tapping his foot. Arms crossed, very clearly, very impatient at how long it's taken you guys to respond to his request.
More bad.
Sorry we took so long. We came as fast as we could.
Not for your excuses, I don't care. You my sheep. My sheep are missing. They are award-winning tumbling sheep. What do you think you have done? Please, you need to come help. Who knows where they could have gone?
Yes, of course. We will help right away. We have 3 of the best in the business.
He gives you a look, just like... Yeah, he can see just how low ranking he got sent, and he's very, very annoyed at the fact that he has 3 newbies looking for his very prized possession sheep.
Okay. Let's see. Is there while the farmer is distracted? While the farmer is being distracted, air quotes.
Yes.
Kitasha would like to kind of like look around the farm and see if she can potentially see where they may have gone. It would be really cool if you let me do animal handling because it's a lot better than my investigation. You can say no.
You could attempt it.
Okay.
You can see that there were sheep here. You can see their pen is off in the corner up here by this barn. There's some sign of movement and there's some tracks, but you can't quite tell how old the tracks are. Because sheep are often let out of their pen and such. But you'd probably need to just try to investigate around the pen. That's going to be what you believe to be the best bet for figuring out where the sheep could have gone. The gate is swinging open.
Mr. Farmer.
My name is Scottman.
Okay.
Scottman.
Okay. When did you last see the sheep?
Well, it was only a couple hours into the morning for you guys. I saw them just a few hours ago when I got up with them soon. I was tending to the corn and suddenly I came back and they were all gone from their pen.
Do you know of any way or any reason that your gate should be open? Because I assume it would be locked normally.
Yeah, is the locking mechanism at all damaged, like it was busted, or was it or is it undamaged?
It is undamaged. There's not really all that much of a locking system to the gate. If you go and look at it, it's very much like as David knows from delivering rural areas. It's just kind of lift latch. The Scotsman turns to you like, "There's no damage or anything. I mean, I opened it back up when I couldn't find them, and I searched through the field just in case they went a little farther up. That's why it's open, as I went back in there."
So it was closed when you found them missing?
Yes.
Hmm.
It's closed, and I know that they can jump pretty good. I mean, they're great tumbling sheep, but they really shouldn't. They had no reason to leave.
And I hope you don't mind me asking, but do you have any enemies or anyone who might wish to harm you or your goods?
Wow, doesn't hate, I get gold ribbons every time we go to the market. Gold ribbons at every event. They are the best sheep. Anyone could have stolen them, but I bet you what? It's the Fey folk. They come through here and they steal things. You see how many people have gone missing in the past several months? Fey people, I tell you. The Fey are always after everything that is good. They steal and steal and steal from us poor mortals.
I get it's like the impression of when you're just chatting to someone in public and they just go off on a rant that they've been meaning to get off on their chest for a while, and you're just sort of standing there like,
Yeah, it definitely feels like someone who has just only talked to one person their entire life, and suddenly there's a new face.
That's perfect.
Kitasha would like to do an insight check, because normally, because this sounds like a sailor tale, pretty much, that they're just kind of inflating their coolness. That's disgusting. Oh no, okay, that's a 6. I have this split up so much that it looked like a 1. So that's a total of 11.
Yeah, I mean, so you do know, much would Kitasha know about any form of, like, farmer's market in the area? How often would you say that she's graced that area?
Oh, that's pretty dark still. Oh well, it's better though. It would be probably a lot more of like a fisher's market, but if these are like tumbling sheep used for entertainment as opposed to like food and wool, there's a good chance Kitasha might have like slipped off and like seen them perform or any of the competitions for this. Because they're sheep.
Yes. Exactly. So yeah, knowing that, you do actually know of this man's sheep. He's not lying when he says that he's won ribbons for years. These sheep, while they do a grand entertainment, you think that it's possibly that they're like sheep mixed with air elementals? You're not really sure. But the wool that comes off of them is incredible too. Super airy, but great. Just like super lightweight, but it keeps you warm. Really wonderful to work with that wool. The Fae comment, I mean, it's kind of just how people are right now. You know that a lot of people tend to, if something goes wrong and they can't figure out what's going on, must have been the Fae.
Hmm.
Sounded like Minecraft villagers there.
Mm. But Scotsman will actually hop down and say, I'll show you to the gate and everything, and you can look around and find my sheep. I only have 5 throughout this year. The rest are already off on my sister's farm for a couple more years of grazing. But the 5 that were still remaining here are missing, and I need them back. They need to be sheared. I put it off for too long.
This actually may be in your favor because this is the one thing we can actually potentially track with them is bits of wool that may have been caught on anything else. So we will try our best to find any signs of them at all.
Speaking of which, can I do like a survival check in order to see if I can identify any kind of like tracks or bits of loose wool?
Please do, Mako.
Do that's a 21.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Yeah, you can see definitely there's been a couple snags actually pretty close to the gate. There's a couple like thistle patches there. But the fur only goes so far. But looking, you think you see very light indentations, but what could possibly be wagon treads that look a bit fresher than for something to be moved for the last farmer's market
We
that
got
are leading off
rascals.
towards the woods.
All right. Well, we got our direction. All we can do now is follow it and figure out what happened to them specifically.
All right. Amazing job, Mako. Thank you.
And this is kind of what I was trained to do in a way. I mean, I was a scout. This is kind of my whole deal.
I'm even more glad you're on our side.
Give me
That's-
the description of this.
Let's go follow those tracks, I suppose. Mr. Scotsman will be back as soon as we can hopefully with as many sheep of yours as we can find in tow.
You mean all of them? You will find all of my sheep. All 5.
Yes.
I
Exactly.
mean,
Yep.
March is off away from you back towards his home.
He seems nice.
Took the words right out of my mouth. How dare you? Okay.
David knows I apparently have a thing against gnomes, according to our last campaign.
Okay. Well, I think since we have a heading, we should get towards it. As soon as we see at least one of them, I should be able to track it. And it should
Alright.
lead us to the others.
Sounds
But
good.
we have to get there first.
All right.
So you followed the tracks?
I think so.
Alrighty. Yeah, the woodlands that are around this area kind of go up towards a mountain face. But you can get through pretty easily, no rough terrain or anything. But it's getting denser as you go. Would any of you like to make some checks to see if you can figure out what direction to go?
I could do maybe a perception or investigation to keep following clues of where it might have gone.
Yeah, let's go ahead. All 3 of you give me perception checks.
Oh, 3.
Mm-hmm.
That work?
Dirty 20.
It was 21 again.
Mako
twice.
just showing up. I might have to double check your character sheet, David.
I have it's a +3. I don't know. I'm rolling 18. But I can't control that.
But I'm still getting used to. Oh, sorry.
Not enjoy it.
Apparently, I've rolled a 12 and then I rolled a 15. Can you guys not see that?
Let's see. Are you on the campaign?
I'm on I'm in roll 20. I was just.
Oh, you're in
clicking
roll
the
20.
D20.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. Apologies.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
not actually looking at Roll20 for that moment. I was
that's right.
looking back at the D&D Beyond.
Would
Okay,
you rather
so
I
you
just?
initially...
Yeah. I can just switch to D&D Beyond. Honestly, whatever's the most convenient thing.
Yeah, using
Yeah,
that for the rolls would probably be best.
Yeah, since D&D Beyond automatically includes your modifiers in the rolls, so
Mhm.
Sure. Luckily, in this case, I have a +0, so you know. All right, yeah.
Yeah, so I can definitely keep your 12 for now.
I'll give it to him.
Joe, you're looking around these woods, and you think that you can definitely tell where these you're going in the right way for where these wheel tracks are going. You can see a little bit that there's some hoof prints leading off in the same direction, but only one set, and it looks to me maybe like a pony or perhaps another small variety of horse. And you're kind of picking up that, okay, yeah, definitely whoever took these sheep went that way. Mako and Kitasha, there's a sheep to the far left of you that's kind of maneuvering back towards the farm.
Oh, well, what do you know? That's one down.
All right, Kisasha's going to go over and definitely not the strongest, but we'll see what happens. Is going to potato sack carry the sheep. All right, is that? Do you want me to roll for that or?
You go up and you expect that it's going to be pretty, it's a decent sized animal. But as you put your arm under it and heave up, you way overcompensate and realize that air elemental thing might be a little bit accurate because this sheep is super light. And the wool kind of presses in around you to this very small little body that's inside. It just is sitting there in your potato sack hole, just. There's also tracks leading in the similar direction as the wheel treads.
All right. Do you want to run?
You also
this-
notice. Oh, go ahead.
I said, do you want to run this one back to the farms as for the time being, and then we'll keep on, you'll catch up, or what do you think?
I'll probably. How are we just inside the forest then, or is it?
You walked a little ways, but you're not too far. You could
Okay.
run it back and meet up with everyone within probably about a turn or so.
Okay. I don't think I'll put the sheep back completely. Because it seems like the sheep kind of knows already where it's gonna go. I might chuck it into the pen because it seems very light and it might just drift gently and not die.
Can you give me, let's see, what roll do I want you to do for chucking a sheep?
Persuasion.
to persuade the DM to let you do this.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and do. You know what? Give me a performance check for this.
Oh, good.
That's funny. That's the optimal way of throwing a sheep.
Hey, dirty 20.
Hey.
So you go to toss the sheep in the air, and the sheep just goes, "Oh, I know what we're doing," and just you toss it, and it kind of just does a couple loops through the air, very graceful, and lands on its toes inside the pen and just kind of prances around. It does a couple. It leaps back into the air and does a couple, maybe 4 or 5 rotations before landing back and strutting around again.
Awesome.
You have successfully saved one sheep.
A whole one.
A whole one.
I will also latch the gate, even though it seems like the sheep can just jump out whenever it wants. And it seems kind of moot.
Fair.
And then do a dash action to get back to everybody.
Alright. Yeah, you don't need to worry about that. You're not in any danger. Think about it.
Do you guys think that the sheeps have just left of their own accord? I mean, we are following tracks, to be fair, but this one seemed fine. I don't really understand how they or why they would have left.
Judging by the fact that it was wandering its way back, I suspect that they didn't intend on leaving.
Okay.
Ooh,
guess
that
we'll-
might not be your goal.
We'll keep looking then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what do you guys do? Are you continuing to follow the tracks? And if so, how are you following the tracks? Are you guys being cautious at all, or are you just walking through? Or
I think Joe would be
Uh,
cautious for sure.
Being as cautious as possible. I would like to do an Arcana check to see if they're like magically lured.
go ahead.
It's gonna be bad-ish. Oh, 18.
You sense, sense. From the signs of it, you can't see like any magic at all being involved in this. To be honest, it kind of feels like someone just chucked these sheep somewhere, like into a cart maybe, and then went off, and maybe they just lost track. But nothing lured, like that really gets rid of that Fae idea that Scottman was trying to convince you of.
Mhm.
You can't tell any, like, Fae exists, you know the Fae are real. You don't see any signs of Fae or, like, magic or anything like that.
Well, I don't know he'll be happy to hear, but I don't think there's any magic involved with this, other than what is innately in the sheep already. So I think they should be pretty cut and dry, maybe.
I hope so. All right. I'm happy to remain cautious regardless, just to make sure we don't know what we're getting into.
Okay, so you three continue on then?
Mhm.
I would like you all to give me some stealth rolls.
No.
I get a disadvantage on these.
Or are you in chunky?
Yep, I'm wearing. Oof, that's both twos. Yeah,
Oh no.
You know what? It
I'm
could be
in.
worse.
What am I in? Scale mail. Yeah.
Hey Joe.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
This,
You gotta
okay,
carry
here
us.
we go. Yeah. So there's one, and then here's my disadvantage one. 14.
Okay, so Joe, you've got some connections with the earth in this sort of area. You've done foraging for supplies before for different things to tinker with. You know, animals are neat, but you don't want to startle them, so you know that. But you're being followed by a military lieutenant who's in some, pretty decent armor, and a half-orc who's very, very sweet, but she's very, very heavy-footed. And there are just snapping of twigs and just leaves, and just once in a while you hear from usually Katasha, who's accidentally bonked her head into some low-hanging branches.
Guys, I cannot express enough what's going on, guys. We're trying to be sneaky. We're trying to be cautious.
In my defense, I haven't worn this armor in like 3 years, so I may have gotten a little complacent in civilian life.
That's all right. That's all right.
If these roots stayed where they were supposed to be, underground, I'd be fine.
All right. We'll just keep it down. We don't want to startle the sheep or anything else. Sure, I can go ahead if necessary to scout ahead a tiny bit.
Yeah. That might be wise for right now.
Okay. You're gonna scout ahead then, Joe?
Yeah, I think so. I'll unsheath my crossbow. Have that ready to go, just in case.
Katasha would like to climb a tree.
Mhm.
Hopefully using acrobatics and making it super cool looking. And then
I will allow it.
look around with her special eyes to see if she can find at least one of them or the cart and cast Hunter's Mark.
Alrighty, go for it.
All right, first one, acrobatics. That's an 8. Gross.
Would you like to fall from this tree?
Would I like to fall? No.
How would you? Just Katasha slip while trying to climb this tree. I don't imagine she gets very far up.
Can Mako like give her a hand? Mako's pretty strong, so I wonder if she can like just plant her glaive and then like thrust up to give you a boost.
The deceptively strong bunny does give you help, and this will give you advantage on this roll if you'd like to roll again.
Yeah, this scrolling is not helping me out at all. Okay, I need to go down one more. Nope, too far. $18, much better.
Yeah, you get up that tree as flashy as you want. How do you think Katasha does her most flashy, acrobatics up this tree?
I think originally she tried to like just jump up and grab a branch, but it was too thin and didn't support her weight. So with the boost from Mako, she's gonna do a like a trapeze, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Gonna get the boost, twist, and grab it with like her knees and swing up to the next branch and kind of go up that way like a Jacob's ladder.
Okay, yeah. Nice. All right, and you wanted to take a look from up in the trees?
Yes.
Alrighty, go ahead and give me another perception check.
Oh my goodness, I changed this and now I can't do anything. Skills.
I will get back to you, Joe, who's wandered
So-
off to go explore. I will get
Not
back
too
to you shortly.
Let's see if no, that's not what I wanted to see. Okay, so I got
You
15.
rolled a-
However, since I'm making a perception check, I'm gonna add an extra D4.
Okay. How are you doing it? Just to double check. Get my info
There we
all set.
go. With my hunter's intuition, when I make a perception or survival check, I roll a D4 and add it to the total. So I got an extra
Nice.
3. So I have a total of 18 to that perception.
Alright.
Okay. Well, you definitely can see Joe, who's made it quite a bit ahead of you guys. And you can see just barely in the distance, probably a couple 100 feet or so from where you guys are, you can see the cart. There's a couple figures around it, but you can't really make out what they are. But you can see at least one sheep that has been sheared and is hog-tied in the back of this wagon.
So how far would you say that the wagon is? Would you say it's within 90 feet?
No, it's like probably 200 or so. It's still, you got quite a good view from up in this tree.
Gross. Okay.
You may do with this information as you will. I'm going to cut back to Joe really quick, who's wandered a bit of ways ahead of you guys. I would like another stealth check from you.
All right.
A stealth check and a perception check.
So for stealth with disadvantage, I got 11 total.
Okay.
And then for perception, that's an 18.
Alrighty. As you're getting closer and closer, you can hear the sounds of upset sheep. Not necessarily super distressed, but kind of more angry sheep. And in a language, what languages do you speak?
I believe Common, Primordial, and Dwarvish.
Okay. You do not recognize the language. So it's just
Someone's playing Animal Crossing.
You also hear a snipping noise, but can't you can probably make out, okay, someone's at least shearing these sheep somewhere nearby. With your stealth check though, suddenly all noise goes quiet. Except for the sheep. You can still hear the sheep, but every other noise, including wildlife around you.
Regret. I will, as quietly as I can, put away the crossbow and just bring out the shield, in case I'm about to be attacked in some way.
All right. Would you like to hide
Um,
or attempt to hide? I will allow you to, because you'll have a little bit of time. You could roll. Let me look at this and decide what I think you should be able to roll. Roll a survival check for me.
okay. Yeah, I'll attempt to I guess fade away into some bushes or something like that. Just try and be a bit invisible. Well, that's a 6.
Natasha,
Yeah.
from your vantage point above, you see Joe clumsily try to hide his not overly bulky, but too bulky for this tree. Tries to stand behind this tree that's way too thin to hide his body. As 3 goblins emerge from the bushes, 2 with swords drawn and closer to the front, and a third that has a crossbow that is staying more towards the back.
Goblins, you say?
Goblins.
Good thing I speak Goblin. I would like to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't die immediately. There we go. Oh,
I'll
no.
move you guys over a little bit.
Yay. And then I would like to shout out in Goblin. But actually, are they saying anything?
Currently, no.
Currently, no.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm going to shout out. This is going to go really badly, but that's okay. Friends sent us. We attack at same time.
What?
In Goblin.
Give me a deception check.
Why not persuasion? I'm not lying.
Uh-oh. We have a twist villain one session in.
A 7. Do I get any like good goods? Any like
What I've read through your character sheet and such, I don't believe your character is great at deception.
I have a +3. It's still charisma.
Shocking.
I'm not
Yeah. With that yell, and you're a bit too far away to make it out, Anna. Because you're still about 100 feet back or so. Joe is right up in this. Joe can really figure it out. That essentially being said is there's multiple. Half of us get away, half of us stay and fight. And I would like for at least Joe and Anna. Meiko is not interacted at all with this situation yet. I don't think she knows because you're still up in the tree.
Yeah, I boost you up, and then I'm kind of waiting for a response.
Blissfully unaware.
Well,
Joe.
Let me see, because I think mage armor is it's verbal, somatic, and material. So technically Mako could have heard me cast a spell.
True.
Yeah, so Mako might like honestly Mako might hop up in the tree with you because she can just do that. And like ask what's going
She's just
on.
showing off. Alrighty.
So what's going on?
Go ahead, you two. Go ahead and play this out, and afterwards I will need the initiation rolls. Initiation, that's not the word. That's the wrong word. Initiative. Some form of that word. It's fine. I'm tired.
There. It's fine.
Just roll a dice and it'll be good.
There's goblins. Goblins stole the sheep. And Joe isn't doing a very good job, so I'm trying to help him. I think it's going really good, actually. I speak Goblin, so I think it's going really good.
Oh, that's useful. All right. All right. So,
Yeah, I just put on the armor because it makes me feel more safe.
all right.
But I really think it's going well.
All right. Mako's going to use her glaive to start vaulting towards where the goblins are along the tree line if she can.
Sounds good. So go ahead and give me. I'll say that you guys get probably within 30 feet of where Joe is. You can your tokens accordingly on the map if you would like. And go ahead and give me some initiative rolls.
Man.
Oh, I am so glad. Okay. Joe, you are very lucky. Oh, wait. Okay, no, Mako gets there first, but also Joe was very lucky. Okay.
16 for Kitasha.
Okay.
Why am I lucky? These goblins seem friendly.
Yeah, mighty friendly.
Let's see.
Okay.
Which I don't know if you went over it. Which tokens are whose?
Alrighty,
I know who
so
Mako is, but the other two are green, and I don't know which
Yeah.
green is me.
sorry, I just chose a little green man for Elliot who is up here next to the goblins already. Yours is on the edge of the forest.
So that one's Elliot.
Yes.
That one is okay. So then this one is
Yes,
me.
that would be you. Yeah, you're about 30 feet away.
Oh, then I'm like further
Mako-
back.
Yeah, sorry, my map is not to
There we
scale
go.
yet. I was gonna make a separate one for the forest, but it's
There we go. Mako and I are next to each other.
Alrighty. Oh no, now my pen is dying. Go back. Go back. Well, no, there's another goblin there. Okay, so Mako, you are at the top of the initiative roll.
All right.
You are 30 feet from where Joe is.
All right. So I think what Mega's gonna do is gonna use her movement to jump and drop down in front of Joe, and then uh, be- because I don't know. I think she's not going to attack immediately, just because I don't think they're. I don't, have they been like properly aggressive yet, or no?
They were approaching with weapons drawn.
All right, then I'm going to drop down and ready my action that if they attack, I will retaliate. But I'm just going to like try and like just be a threat and see if they back down.
Okay. Well, you're gonna get that immediately because the goblin to your left is going to, since you dropped down in front of him, he's gonna take a swing at you with his blade. Why am I rolling so high on these goblins?
Oh,
That's
no.
an 18.
That hits.
Alrighty, let me grab a d6s. A d6. There it is. Eh. You take 3 slashing damage from that attack.
All right, then
And you want to go
yeah,
ahead and retaliate?
absolutely will. All right, that's gonna be normal roll. Does a 19 hit?
Oh yeah, you get him.
All right. And that's a total of 7 damage.
You hit him hard. He stumbles back a little bit, and he is definitely bloodied. And he's gonna take his movement and move back a little bit towards where the crossbowman is.
All right.
That's gonna end his turn. Joe, it is your turn. I'm giving you advantage over the other goblin that also rolled it.
Oh, thank you. All right. I reckon I'm going to, in a somewhat of a panicked state, but probably feeling a lot more emboldened by suddenly having allies around. I will go for a booming blade on the guy just diagonal to me.
Okay, go ahead.
So I make it basically a standard weapon attack, so I'll do that now. With my spear. Oh dear, that's a 9.
That's not gonna hit.
Alright, that's okay. This is all part of the plan. I will then use a bonus action to cast Blade Ward, which is something that I can do. So that basically means any damage, any normal damage, will be halved for until the start of my next turn.
Okay, to you or to your party, or the area?
It's a self only. Yeah, it's only for me. So basically, any damage I take will be halved, presumably from these goblins, just for 1 round.
Okay. You'll get to play eventually, Kitasha. There's another goblin before you.
I rolled a 16 for initiative. How am I so low?
Because 2 of the goblins rolled a 19 and a 17, but the third one rolled a 6. Just keep rolling high for these goblins. I'm sorry.
That's so rude. You can't have a TPK on like the second session.
I definitely hope not. It was kind of like, yeah, these little goblins will be nothing. So,
We'll find out.
Mako, you look to see that the crossbow is aimed right at you.
All right.
Oh, that's okay. Does an 8 hit?
No, it does not.
Yeah, I didn't think so. It just buzzes past you and hits a tree. And you see the goblin kind of go, kind of like back away a little bit. It's now Katasha's turn.
Yay! And me.
Oh,
You get to play.
Yay! I would like to. Let's see. Where is? Is this the only Oh no, there he is. Okay, there's the other. Is that all 3
Yeah,
goblins?
Those are the 3 that you see. The one below, the lowest one is. Sorry, I'm trying to get the
This one.
Yes, that one is the one that is bloodied. Then you have the archer above him, and the other one next to Mako is the other one with a blade. He has not taken any damage.
Okay. How far is this one away from me?
Let's see. You are still about, technically would have been 30 feet from Joe. I nearly called Joe Jaden, and that was just a D&D slip. He is probably about 15 feet from Joe. So it would be a
15 further.
45. Yeah, he would be like 45.
45. Okay. Okay. In that case, I would like to. How are we counting diagonals? Are diagonals like going 5'10", 5'10", approximately?
Yeah, diagonals. I never like when diagonals take more of a movement than just going straight. So same distance for diagonals.
Okay. I would like to move to. No, I need to move up to here to hit him. And I'm going to reach out and say to the goblin in Goblinese, don't worry, you'll get it. And I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp.
Right?
Does an 18 hit?
Yeah, that hits the goblin.
Okay, they're going to take. Ew. Here, all. Okay. Is he wearing metal? Or wait, I guess that doesn't count. Gonna take 2 lightning damage, and he cannot take reactions until the start of its next turn.
Okay. Nice. He backs slightly up from you, not enough to actually put much distance between the 2 of you. Because he's gonna go ahead now and take his turn, because it's finally his little turn. And he's gonna swing at you with his sword.
Which you?
Oh, little goblin, why don't you like to roll? Does a 11 hit?
Who are you
Hit
running
who?
against?
Yeah,
Kitasha.
who are you? Kitasha?
Sorry.
No, an 11 does not hit.
Okay. He's gonna swing at you, realize he's missed, and kind of look up at you because you're so much bigger than he is.
I'm a big scary
And
lady.
he's gonna scamper back towards the rest of the group.
Would that be an attack of
And we're
opportunity
gonna-
by any chance?
Mako can
It
give it a
is-
shot. Actually, either of you could, really.
Any of
I
us.
think I'll take. Yeah, I'll take it. There's no running away in
Does a
D&D.
12 hit?
Yeah, the 12 hits.
All right.
There's a natural 1 hit.
Joe? What type of spear is it? What's going on with your spear? What is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just a regular spear?
Oh yeah, it's just a very normal sphere.
Okay. Katasha, you also hit, so go ahead and roll
My 12.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got six damage.
3 damage from Kitasha.
Alright. Joe, your spear digs into the earth with that one. You just completely miss, and you're gonna have to take your turn if you want to use your spear getting it out of the dirt.
This is sad.
A little bit.
You know,
You
it's
got
in
this,
character.
Joe. I believe in you.
It actually is very
It
in
really
character.
is. So that goblin also is pretty bloodied.
Pretty bloodied,
he
but not
does
dead.
not look good. Not dead yet.
Not dead yet. He took 11 damage.
Yeah, he's almost there. He's limping. Mako, it is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna step forward, and I think I'm just gonna focus down one of the bloodied goblins.
Alrighty, which one would you like to attack?
Let's do the one on top.
Alrighty?
Does a 11 hit?
It does.
Oh, nice. Forgot at such low levels, those rolls actually hit.
It's a little goblin.
13 damage.
Okay, how do you eviscerate this guy? Because he had 12 health. And he already had taken 11 damage. This Mako just obliterate this man.
Honestly, what I think that happens is she stabs him and then just launches him up into the tree line.
He's just digging a tunnel.
Goblin just
Just
this
poke and
goblin
yeet.
just goes. Yeah, that goblin's gone. He's dead. There's no hope for that goblin. There's a little bit of goblin blood that sprinkles through the tree line as this thing goes flying through the sky. In the distance, a little bit worried, ooh, I hope I didn't put enough torque on that to get it into the farmer's land. But it's probably fine. It's raining goblins.
Hallelujah.
Alright, did you want to... Okay, so this guy is... He's dead. Alrighty, and gone. Just eviscerated. Alrighty, is that your turn, Mako?
That's my entire turn.
Alrighty. This goblin at the bottom down here is gonna turn and flee. Back where they came.
Would that be another attack of opportunity?
How far do they get?
Are
Are
they
they within 40 feet?
where...
Are they within 40 feet?
Yes, they would be within 40 feet.
Okay, cool.
Mako does also get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, that's the thing. When things run away, it's not great when I'm a frontline fighter. It's an 18 to hit.
Go ahead.
And 11 damage.
He also already took 7 damage from you earlier. Try to eviscerate this goblin.
I imagine I should do the same thing with the butt of the glaive. So,
So you dig with the metal part, and then you just flip it, and you just smack him in the jaw or something.
yeah, just do. Oh.
Oh, that goblin's also down.
It's so nice to play with other murder goblins.
The goblin in front. The goblin that's standing in front of Mako is looking quite nervous.
Understandably.
All right, Joe, it is your turn.
Joe is feeling pretty like he's gone, I reckon, from mortally terrified that his life is about to be ended at the beginning of the fight. And he's kind of moved through that emotion and all the way into just I guess frustration about his inability to contribute meaningfully to this battle. And so is there like given that my spear is now embedded quite deep in the ground, is there a decent sized rock around, like just any just like forest, anything in the forest I can pick up?
There's a branch.
I think I know what you're going for. Do you have catapult?
Yeah, I do have catapult. I'm gonna
there's
use
a couple
the branch.
branches and rocks. Go ahead.
I'm gonna focus as much of my I guess mental energy as possible, and using big brain power, I'm gonna pick up this branch and yeet it straight at the final goblin. Could you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
I'm wondering if I should Okay, yeah, my goblin will. Mako needs to as well, though, because Mako is standing directly between you and this goblin.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think. I mean, rules is written. Basically, it's it just strikes whatever it hits first. So I choose a line. So I draw a straight line, and just whatever's in that line has to do a save. That it stops as soon as it hits the first.
You take a step to the side, so I'm not in the way.
Yeah. You don't. I could walk a few steps north. I can't remember how to move my character.
Let's see.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know how to move my character, but that's okay.
You should be able to click and drag on your character.
Yeah, I'm just drawing boxes. I'm not sure what's going on here.
I gave you the ability to move your guy. Hold on.
Yeah, it should. You should have the 4-pointed directional on top of your character. Yours is the lighter green character.
Yeah. Okay. I think I was clicking the wrong thing. Hang on. I'm moving. Amazing. Okay, yeah, I'll do it from over here. So,
Okay.
What did you roll for the dex save?
I rolled because my goblins can't roll super low. Apparently, this dice is great. A 17.
Yeah, that'll miss. So I just catapult a branch into oblivion.
He just rolls a face. And is that going to be the end of your turn?
Yeah. This is a very upsetting day.
Okay. This goblin is going to realizing the mistakes his fellow goblins have made, is going to disengage and then flee.
Are they still within 40 feet?
You believe so.
Yeah.
Perfect.
They've gone through the bushes. So it is now Kitasha's turn.
Perfect. I'm going to go my full 30. And then I'm also going to bonus action Tempestuous Magic and fly the remaining 10.
What?
Directly at him. And I am going to...
That's just a regular, it just happens, yeah?
It just happens, yeah. As a bonus action, I get that extra 10 feet. And I'm going
Would you like to know what you see?
Know who I see?
Would you like to know what you see before you make your attack?
Sure.
There are 3 more goblins. Each there's one in the back of a cart struggling to hold onto 4 sheep that have been hog-tied. Another one is trying to get his little pony to start running, and the archer is desperately trying to also hop onto the back. The pony has just started up and the cart is just starting to move.
Okay, who's the closest one to me?
Your archer friend is.
My archer friend? Are they wearing metal armor?
Mm-hmm.
They
They're
are.
wearing leather. They are wearing leather armor.
Well, that's rude. Anyway, I'm going to reach out and touch his face with a shocking grasp.
Go for it.
That's an 18 plus 5 for a 23. I'm assuming that hits.
Oh yeah. Hits.
Oh, that's so nice. 5 lightning damage.
The goblin shrieks as his face just starts to sizzle under your hand, and he tries to stumble away from you, but it's not his turn to disengage from you. Any bonus actions you're wanting to take, or is that your turn?
That is my turn. Flying was the bonus action.
Okay. I'm to swiftly move a couple of characters back a little bit here, just so that I can just get a setup all in here. Yeah. Whoop. Square. Well, yeah, draw square. All right, so it is Mako's turn.
All right. So how far away how far away is the cart itself?
So from you, probably about 20 feet.
Okay.
But it is getting further.
Well, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run, and then I'm gonna use my my bonus action rabbit hop to jump 10 feet and just hop onto the cart. And then with my action, I'm going to try and I'll probably just attack the driver.
There's not a lot of space on this. I would like you to roll me a dexterity check to make sure that you, when jumping on here, you don't land on a sheep.
All right. That is a 16.
You manage to step just directly between 2 of the sheep whose fluff has not yet been shorn, and it's just
All right.
taking up like this entire cart.
And then
And so there is the goblin directly in front of you trying to hold on to sheep, and he's going to have disadvantage. But there's also the driver. So whichever one you want to aim for.
I'm gonna stab at the driver.
Okay, go for it.
That's a 20. Not natural.
Yeah, you hit
All
that goblin.
natural.
You'll hit
All
him.
natural. Nothing but natural.
All right, and then just do for damage. That's a 7 on the damage.
Okay.
Nice, dude. Let's go.
I'm gonna quickly. Okay. Next up in the initiative order is actually the driver. And he's gonna say, which, Keisha is close enough to hear as, "Forget this! I'm leaving!" And just leaps from the cart, disengaging from you. Leaps from the cart, and then just starts sprinting. Just takes that full time to run. The pony is still going because it's just confused.
All right, I'll have to wrestle that next turn.
Alrighty. That goblin is fleeing. It is Joe's turn.
Mm-hmm. So can you see me clicking my mouse on this guy?
Are you trying to
Okay.
pin yourself on the map?
Yeah, I was trying to do a pin.
If you hold your left,
Yeah, there we go.
you go.
Oh, wait.
You
Like that?
hold your left, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, can I go for that guy? Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. So I'll grab my spear and very determined to contribute because I'm being more than carried in this battle.
You rolled a 1. You still haven't spent the time to get your spear out of the ground.
The spear is gone. It's abandoned. I'm drawing out my club.
Okay.
And yeah, no, that's not going to be helpful. So yeah, I'll pull out a club and I will try my very best and go for another what's the spell called? Booming blade.
Okay.
All right. Does a 7 hit?
No. This goblin who just got shocked in the face by Kitasha somehow manages to see you coming and swoops to the side to dodge out of your way.
Good. That's my go.
There's your go. Okay. Our archer friend is going to just go ahead, Kitasha, and try to shoot you in the face point blank.
That's rude.
But he's also going to have disadvantage because currently your hand is on his face.
Yeah.
Does a 14 hit?
Let me double check.
Okay.
No, it does not. Not with my mage armor.
Nice. So it soars past your ear and thunks into another tree. And he is not the brightest of sorts now. He's too afraid of you. He is going to try to sprint away. Would you like to take an attack of opportunity?
Yes, I would. Let me go ahead and get my
Joe can also take.
Okay, I have not rolled higher than a 7 yet today. Let's see if we can break that. I rolled an 8! Statistically, that is bigger than a 7.
Joe gets to hit, and so does Kitasha.
Let's
Go ahead and roll
go!
your damages.
Max damage! That's 10!
Okay. 4 damage from Kitasha.
How would y'all like to, mainly Joe, just obliterate this poor goblin?
Wait, I feel like are we just like both hitting him at the same time? Like,
I think
passing
so.
A
I
dagger
think,
and a club.
yeah, I think Kitasha still has her hand on the face and is going to like pinch the skin and pull it in
Ooh.
to do like a low blow, like
Yeah.
a low stab. And where's Joe? Yeah, Joe is
Just
like
a
in a
bulk.
space above, so Joe probably just like baseball.
Yeah. Yeah, that works perfect. I think Joe's looking in absolute awe at this great club and say, should have been using this weapon the whole time.
Alrighty. With that, we move to the last goblin that is not moved yet, who is sitting petrified in the cart, has run so many of his friends. And he's gonna look at the sheep, and he's gonna look up at Mako, and he's gonna shove a sheep off of the cart, and then jump the other way. Mako, you have a split-section decision. Do you want to grab the sheep, or do you want to grab the goblin?
Grab the sheep.
All right. Give me a Just a dex roll.
All right. It's only 6.
You grab at this sheep, and you saw what happened with Kitasha earlier, so you're like, oh, these sheep aren't heavy at all. But there's still some weight to the sheep, so you went and grabbed its legs to try and pull it back. You get sent rolling with it off the side of the cart. You don't take any damage, and the sheep seems fine, but the cart is currently still going with their other 3 sheep.
Okay.
And then our little goblin friend is also going to run that way. It is now Mako's turn.
All right.
The cart has gone another 20 feet.
I think what I want to do, I don't know. I can use another rabbit hop, maybe. I got 2 of those. I want to spend my action or like spend my movement and then try and get back on the cart and take hold of the reins if I can. I don't know. That's probably gonna just be my entire turn. Is just that.
Yeah, that would be fine with me if you want to give a dex to land on the horse and then an animal handling to try and get this cart under control.
All right.
I believe in you.
Can I argue that
Oh, Mako, you rode so well.
Can I argue that's an acrobatics
To get on it? Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
You
All right.
start to do the animal handling, but
okay. I got on the pony, and then animal handling. I have a 1 in that. All right. 10. Totally average animal handling.
hey, it's good enough. You're doing better than the goblins were. The pony comes under yours and is willing to follow wherever you send it.
All right, I'm just gonna bring it to a stop.
Alrighty. Do you 2 want to continue that are left? Do you want to continue following the goblins? They will continue to flee up the mountain. Otherwise, you decide to just disengage from them.
I'd like to at least find out answers from one of them, so I was hoping we could at least knock one out and keep it here. Question it. So I think I will be chasing.
Definitely try. How far away are they? Are they within 40 feet?
One of them is. The other one is probably about 50 feet from you.
Perfect. I can still hit them. So I'm going to go my full 30 and fly the remaining 10. Probably get to what, like there? And then I'm going to cast Thunder Wave. And that'll hit a 15-foot cube, and everyone else is far enough away that they won't hit or be hit.
Okay.
And I will need a DC 13 con save for both of them.
Okay. The goblin closest to you just immediately just gets hit by it. The other one is able to get away from it.
So the one that's further away,
the further away one only will take half damage.
Yeah.
Whichever.
Okay, so eight damage total. So 4 damage for the one that's further away. And the one that is closest also gets pushed 10 feet.
He gets pushed 10 feet? Do you choose what direction?
10 feet away.
Okay, so he's gonna get pushed.
The one that failed. The one that saved does not get... Yeah, the one that saved does not get pushed. Unless you decide to rocket them into each other.
No, hasn't managed to rocket into the other.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say for like flavor text, Kitasha probably said like, "Don't worry, guys, I got this." Sprinted out, flew, and then there's just a massive like crack of thunder. It's audible within 300 feet, so it's massive.
Nice.
You hear some cursing from the other goblin that is currently fleeing and is very bloodied. Yeah, so that is going to be the end of your turn then.
Mm-hmm. For flavor, I would also like to shout in Goblin, "Stop! We just want to talk."
Joe, do you want to try to follow? Because I realize that your turn kind of got skipped there. Would you like to attempt to follow?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I can run down 30 feet to be down here.
Mm-hmm. She had gone. Yeah.
Yeah, Kitasha went a full 40.
Okay, so sorry, I forgot.
Maybe like
I'll
one.
be back
Yeah.
that'll
work.
All right. I hear Kitasha yelling "Goblin." Not entirely sure.
Sorry, I'm so sorry, Joe. You're gonna need to do a DC 13 con save also. If you're that close to me.
Yeah, I guess we kind of fell out of the.
We fell out of order briefly there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine. I can do a con save.
I mean, you can also just back up about 5 feet and be outside of the 15-foot cube.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm willing to say Joe moved a little bit slower than you in that moment. Just like a brief moment of pause and his looking at you go like, "Oh, I should be moving."
All right, that works well. Feeling slightly deafened from the thunderclap or the thunderwave, I'll throw down the club and pull out the crossbow and try and snipe the furthest one away.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Yeah, he's within 80 feet. Ooh, 17 to hit.
You hit him. How do you kill this poor goblin who was just fleeing for his life because he had 1 health left?
Oh no! I reckon the crossbow bolt looked like it was gonna go wide, and this is just flavor, and I'm able to like nudge it back on course mentally, and it just hits him in the ankle, and he just sort of tumbles and rolls.
Just curled up dead in the road.
He's sleeping.
He's just taking a nap.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a long day.
He's sheep rustling or whatever he was doing. It's tough. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right, Mako, I assume that you're just gonna keep with the sheep right now, or are you gonna ditch your sheep to try and evolve yourself?
I was thinking I would just stab my glaive to the ground for a second, and I have a light crossbow on me. I was gonna pull out. I was gonna pull out the crossbow, and if I can, do a non-lethal shot at the one that's left.
Okay, you gotta walk me through. How are you non-lethally shooting someone with an arrow?
I don't know, I'm aiming for non-vital organs and I don't know.
You just.
Let's see. That gives you a negative, some negative, right, into your roll.
In 5th edition, not technically. You can play it however you want. I don't know.
I always thought it was dumb that you had to do that, so feel free. Just go ahead and roll for it.
All right. Crossbow 15.
That hits.
All right. So non-lethal 5 damage.
This goblin is currently bleeding out on the ground. If you want to ask him questions, you are going to have to stabilize him.
All right. Well, I'm
And
not
that'll
trained in
take us out of
I'm
that
not trained
will
in
take us
medicine,
out of combat.
someone else is gonna have to heal him because I have no medicine training.
I can
Hitasha has
do
a
it.
+3 in medicine. She doesn't really. I don't think she has any like supplies.
Yeah, you guys. Go ahead.
Honestly,
I've got.
you don't necessarily need supplies as long as you can make a makeshift tourniquet out of like a shirt or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
If I can do
Okay.
the help action then on you, Katasha, so you have advantage.
Okay, cool. First roll we have is a. I don't think I want your help action, but I can try and see if I get another nat 20.
Oh.
Katasha knows
Is
what's
like
up.
a nurturing like doe gently with this goblin, just soothing its wounds and beckoning it back into land of the living. This goblin opens his.
I was gonna say, for some reason, I more imagined that actually, like I had accidentally like made him bleed out a little bit too much, and Josh just jogging grass to restart his heart and also wake him up at the same time.
It's true.
Yeah, just do a little shocking grasp and like roll him up in a spare blanket from a pack or something like that, and just like swaddles him like a little baby.
It's true, just like a little baby.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Swaddles him
shocking.
up like a little baby. Because he's probably what, like 3 foot?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mako beside you, like. The goblin opens his little eyes. Mother, is that you? And he opens them further and sees you. And proceeds to scream. He's just screaming.
Nico's gonna start loading the sheep back into the cart, and then try to get the pony to walk back towards the farm.
You notice a bag that was on one of the goblins that had just been quickly discarded. And it is a giant bag of sheep wool.
All right, yeah, I'll dump that in the cart too. Make sure the farmer
Do
gets
you
his goods
untie
back.
the poor hog-tied sheep?
I will once we get back to the farm. I don't want them like running, like jumping scared out of the cart in the meantime.
They are bawing at you angrily.
Can I sit in the back of the cart and try and calm them down?
You can try.
Yeah.
Me and animal handling.
Oh boy. Something I've got. How does the 7 sound to you?
You get bit.
Oh yeah.
It does. It does 2 damage to you.
That's the only damage I've taken this fight.
I think that's the only damage any of us have taken this fight.
No, I got stabbed.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh. Whoops.
I know. Anna's just saying, like, I can't believe you're gonna TPK us, you guys. Oh, did we take any damage?
Did it happen?
I think at some point Mako will also just pop her second wind in order to fix her health problem.
Mm-hmm.
And she is
that's fine.
Not back to full. She's just up to 11 now.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right.
And
you've realized that your mission's almost done, so
yeah. As they're walking along, Kitasha is just going to be calmly talking to the goblin, just to like not less of an interrogation and more of like kind of like a good cop. Like, can you tell it like what's your name? Did you work with these guys a lot?
It was my brother and his friends. We just wanted to get some wool, and these sheep have really good wool.
They do have really cozy wool. Did you ask the farmer? Maybe he needed. The farm looked pretty empty. Maybe he needed extra hands and you could earn your keep in wool?
I don't know, man. I just followed along because my brother said this is what we should do, and I was just following along.
Oh, I
You did
know. It's always. Oh, go ahead.
for his brother. Now, Mako did obliterate his brother, and you
Mhm.
didn't realize that, and try to keep your swaddled goblin from seeing the desiccated corpse
The
that was
carnage.
thrown from.
Mhm. Uh, and yeah, as they're walking along, I would like to make a persuasion roll um, to see how well this sticks. But it's going to
Mhm.
be pretty much like following a path following the paths trodden can be easy, but it can also be really hard to get your way out of those. I think it's time for you to forge your own path.
Go ahead and roll.
Let me roll. Disgusting. How does a 9 sound?
You have him swaddled and such, and you have been acting very motherly. And just going off the things of how your character is, I will give you advantage on this.
Oh,
Go
thank
ahead
God.
and try again.
Much better. 16.
He's sobbing a little, but he's nodding along with what you say.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could get this goblin on the straight and narrow. That is, if you don't send him immediately to the military police that will throw him in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can swing the story to the farmer about this one.
Mm.
So you
With my lowly +3 deception.
Hey, I didn't say you necessarily had to do it. You could try to convince one of your fellow friends.
I mean, my deception's a 0, so don't ask me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I have, just for playability purposes, I think I have the highest charisma.
Mm-hmm. What
Okay.
so while traveling back, I'll pick up the spear from the ground, and then I'd
It
like
takes you a
to.
bit because you realize you stabbed it directly into some clay sediment.
Oh no!
So it's stained like a rusty red. Took you a
Finally,
while to just yank it out of there.
you know what? This is the first battle scar my gear has ever had, so definitely good. And then I'd like to sit next to Mako in the or near to Mako and say, you had mentioned that you were a soldier, but that was incredible. I'm very, very glad that we're on the same side.
It's I don't know. I'll be honest. A lot of it was just instinct. I guess some things don't fade with time.
Uh, be that as it may, I'm very happy that we're a team, and I did notice it didn't go unnoticed that you took a hit for me. It was probably intended for me, and you got stabbed. So I'll cast Cure Wounds on you to heal any remaining hit points missing.
I go from 11 hit points to 12 hit points.
Yes.
And
Yeah, it's not much, but it's yeah.
I appreciate that, but understand that's kind of my job in with the way our role is set up. I am clearly I am the strongest and most physically capable of the three of us. So it only makes sense that I, be in the front and, save the two of you with your more technical and magical abilities. And I've worked with mages before. I understand that concentration and you need to have uninterrupted. Interruptions can be very detrimental to your abilities.
Mm-hmm. I understand that, and
Yes.
I'll try not to get in your way.
So can that one.
I'll try not to get in your way for sure, but either way, I'll try and help you wherever I can.
The goal is for us to have each other's backs. That's the goal of a team.
Well, I think you've got a fronts as well.
Fair point.
This lovely conversation is brought to you by angry sheep noises in the back.
Quiet down, we're having a moment.
You get
Alright.
bitten again.
Natasha's gonna look into the cart. Do they just look like angry that they're tied up, or does it look like physically uncomfortable for them?
Maybe a little bit of discomfort, but it really just seems like they're pretty just annoyed.
Okay.
They're very free little animals that don't like to be confined.
Mm-hmm. Kitasha is going to look at the goblin, and in common is going to ask, do you feel well enough to walk?
This goblin's on one hit point, I'm gonna be honest with you. But you rolled a nat 20. I'll give you that. He's probably... I think so. He's gonna try to clamber out of the swaddle you've put him in.
Okay.
Hold on. His attempt is not super successful to get out of the swaddle. He gets an arm free.
It's a very tight swaddle.
Just
Here,
a little squirmy baby.
Mm-hmm. Here, I can help. I just want to make sure you have. Actually, did he understand the common?
Yes.
Okay. Hang on. Let me help you out there, and it helps unwrap and helps to keep him stable. And is going to turn to Mako and Joe. I was chatting with our young goblin friend, and it sounds like he was kind of brought into this. That this wasn't necessarily something he wanted to do. So it might be, I don't know. He seems to have a decent understanding of the animals. Maybe the farmer can use him as like a stable hand or just helping to care for the sheep.
I think if you can make that work, that's an amazing idea, but I think you'll have a hard time convincing the farmer of that.
To be fair, the farmer doesn't know who took his sheep.
What are we going to tell him then? I mean, are we going to say what it was that, or are we just going to say we found them in an abandoned wagon, and also there's this goblin who wants to help out?
I mean, it was my brother's idea with his friends.
Didn't the farmer say he needed the sheep shorn anyway?
He said he'd been putting it off. Perhaps this is, the two birds with one stone situation.
Well, let's see if we can make our case. I'm sure he'll be reasonable once he's seen that all the sheep are back.
Perhaps. You did amazing there too, by the way.
Nah. I didn't do quite as good as both of you. That stick went really far. I don't think I can fly that fast.
I did throw a stick once, so yeah. If we're fighting a really big dog, it would have been really effective in distracting it.
Right.
That was really good. Yeah, I think we will make a good team.
Mm. Keep walking.
All right. As you guys wander back, you get to the edge of the forest. You're closing in on the gate, and you see the farmer running up. Simon. That is not what his Scottman. Scottman was his name. My brain is fried. He runs up. He's like, Benny, pigeons, also my poor little sheep. Oh, you poor things. And he's immediately just going to the cart, unbinding his sheep.
I think we look expectantly at Katasha to do all the talking. right as you go for a bite.
Ah, thanks, guys. There we go. Kitasha is gonna move over and also help untying the sheep, and is going to say, when we found your sheep, we also found a goblin. It seemed like he was kind of dragged into this, but it seems he may have some experience with shearing sheep. I know that was something you had put off doing. Maybe you could use some help getting it done sooner.
He looks at the couple that are shorn already and looks back to you. I would like you to do a persuasion check.
$24.
Ooh.
He nods to himself. The shear is pretty good. No nicks in the skin that I can see. And he turns and looks at this poor bleeding goblin and goes, my boy, you need some help. Quick, we'll get you all patched up, and then you can start shearing the rest of the sheep, and then we can send you off to my sister's farm, where you can start working there as well. Perhaps you could start also shucking some corn. I have so much corn. And he's just blabbling on, and he turns, he goes, yes, thank you. You worked quite speedily, even though it took you forever to get here. Here is your payment. He's going to hand you a little satchel of 9 gold coins.
I'm so sorry. The speaker cut out, and all I heard was a bag of nothing.
Of 9 gold coins.
Nice.
3 for each of you. Should be good. Now, I need to get this poor boy, get him all patched up. Thank you once again, my sheep. You're welcome to come see them at any point, and maybe I can get some cotton spun for you all, and get you some nice things out of them. Come see me again sometime. Maybe I'll have some stuff for you. And he starts ushering the poor goblin, who's his same height, back towards the house to get patched up from his what would have originally been life-threatening injuries.
Amazing.
We did it, Reddit.
You did your first mission! You can go meet with your Thrycreen driver once more and return to the guild.
Amazing.
Yay.
What theme was that? Oh, is that the Pokemon theme?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Alright. You have finished your first mission. You can return to the guild hall and relax. It did take you quite a bit of time, so you probably want to rest up a little bit. Get your spell slots and health back before you take on your next mission.
Definitely spell slots.
As you, unless there is anything else on the farm you want to do, you want to just return to the guild hall?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. You return and walk in. Your Thrycreen driver drops you off. Doesn't really acknowledge you when he gets there. Just stops the car. As soon as you get out, drives away. Still going like 40 or 50 miles an hour from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
And you can walk in and you see which one? Who should greet you? But yeah, the sorcerer and wizard guild master, Yaga, is standing there. Tiny orcish woman, so very old in her pink Edwardian style outfit with just rounded bust bodice and everything. She's smiling at you. You can barely see her little eyes beyond her wrinkles. Did you finish your job?
Yes, we secured some employment for a sheep rustler and found sheep.
Yes. Swadlin, yes. His mittens are always the best. Quite warm, very nice. I knew I saw something in Gitasha. It was a wonderful first job. I can't wait to see how you three go on to do the rest of your missions and raise in rank. You know, someone's got to replace me. I'm getting up in age. She's looking around.
Oh, no one could
But-
replace you. You'll be here for a couple more years yet.
Oh, dearie. You better be careful or the Duahan might come for me. She kind of just starts trotting away. You have completed your first mission. You return to your quarters to sleep and rest and get your spell slots back. And when we return next week, you can take on your missing speedster mission if you so choose. Or you can see if there's any new missions that you can take as well.
That's good. Yeah,
Alright.
I'm down to go for that one. Just, I guess for your sake, Michaela, I'm down to aim for that one next session if everyone else is fine with that.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't have to make the decision now. You can make the decision as soon as.
No, we
Okay.
have to do it right now. Right now. We have to do it now and hopefully remember.
Yeah, this session right now. Well, I don't technically have another mission set, but I was planning to write one. I was,
Amazing.
to be honest, really worried that the sheep mission wouldn't take very long. I was like, oh man, I have to make sure I've got the speedster mission like fully ready to go to. It's all right. The sheep.
That was really good.
Also, like, man, you guys can. I was like, 6 goblins is too much. I'll split up so that it's only like the 3 the first and then.
Well, that being said,
Murder
we did
hobos.
use. I think we did use almost all the resources that we have. So if we were to immediately do a fight only after a short rest, for example, I don't think we'd be nearly as effective. Yeah. I've used both spell slots that I have, and that's all of them.
Oh, good to know. Good to know.
Mako will be exactly as effective after a short rest. Like all of her abilities are short rest, and
Except action surge.
I don't have active surge yet. I don't get
Oh
that
yeah,
until
that's
level
level
2.
2.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, technically Katasha had one more first level that she could cast, but it was the Hunter's Mark, so that wouldn't have been very useful in a fight. But
She
yeah.
didn't really need the hunter's mark throughout that whole thing.
No, because the cart was over 200 away.
Listen, man, you went up a tree a pretty decent distance distance from it, and we're like, I'm looking now. It's like, and then no one could roll stealth. I was gonna have it be that you could wander upon them and just be like, you see this one goblin who's shearing sheep and another one just struggling to hold it still. You could have had the jump on them, but then we had a 4 and a 6.
Listen.
Me and David are going to be rolling with disadvantage this whole campaign for stealth anyway.
Woo!
That lovely medium armor.
Yeah.
See, I like that the dice like Mako's backstory.
Yeah, honestly, I think the dice works really well in our favor for roleplay purposes. As frustrating as it might have been at points for me, I think it works literally perfectly in terms of our backstory. So yeah, that was good.
It's okay, Joe will get his time.
I did get to bonk a goblin on the head with a big club, so that felt very satisfying.
Yeah, you did smash one into oblivion, so.
Oh dear. Yeah, I guess that's also the thing with just in early levels of play, because you only get one attack. That is your one opportunity for a whole round. So if you miss that one attack just from bad luck, you don't have your second attack or third attack. It's just that's it. So yeah, it's just unlucky. That's fine. We're level 1. I'm expecting more from a level 1 character. It's fine.